offers various ADR methods to resolve disputes related to its services and projects. This includes mediation and arbitration processes. AT&T does it, IBM does it, and I'm not going into their details. Everyone has a very strong ADR policy in place. The American Express, the UPS, the Hewlett-Packard of the world, the IBM, they seem to be doing it. General Electric, they all are doing this. Toyota, for example, has a partnering program in an ADR initiative aimed at resolving disputes with suppliers through mediation before resorting to arbitration or litigation. As they're all here in this world, these companies are operating with their own policies. My request to ADRIC would be to help companies stand up on their own, to show them these policies so they could be self-sufficient. They come to you as an external ADR system later, once they fail and they're unable to do it. So handhold companies to be self-sufficient, self-reliant in the business of ADR, and that would be perhaps the future, as I see it, could be the way out of all this. For example, Intel has a very strong variety of ADR techniques that it uses in its own company. So these programs are typically part of a broader effort to create a more collaborative workplace culture and to handle external business disputes more amicably. The use of ADR by such companies often leads to faster resolutions, and you don't have to go to anybody else. So that's one set of submissions that I wanted to make, was that the companies please get self-reliant. Just go pick up all these companies that I've referred to, find those policies, announce a policy tomorrow in your company called the ADR policy. Get a hold of some people, tell ADRIC to train some of your managers and get going. I mean, I think there is no waiting on this one. You don't have to wait for anybody. One. Number two, I would like to, as Justice Jawad referred to, climate change. These are serious things that are going to happen to companies. So climate change is going to seriously affect companies and businesses in numerous ways, influencing operations, supply chains, regulatory compliance, and there will be operational disruptions, there will be supply chain challenges, and there will be regulatory and legal challenges which will have financial impacts and other reputational risks that the companies will face. So you need to also tailor an ADR soon in dealing with those climate change issues which will arise sooner or later. And ADR would be the best climate change alternative to deal with those issues at that time. Climate finance is another big thing that's coming your way, the businesses, and I refer to that refers to financial resources allocated towards climate change mitigation and adaptation activities. These projects will bring disputes also. So climate change and climate finance will bring disputes, so please get ready. The businesses ought to take position on ADR internally to understand these issues, because in this you'll be meeting global partners. ADR works for them, ADR works for you. So please try to think of ways where you could have agreements with your suppliers or your partners which embeds a clause of ADR, in-house ADR. You know, it's no rocket science to my mind. And you can have the flexibility of resolving it right in your office. You could have a floor or an office or a separate room called the ADR panel, which could be totally neutral people sitting in your company trying to resolve your disputes. Moving on to business schools, and my request, and I see it at IBA, and I think the ADR curriculum needs to get blended into your program, curriculum. It's important. At the law schools, we're talking about it, and I'm not talking about the judicial reforms. We're telling the law schools to start talking about negotiation, start talking about mediation, because the construct of our legal education is generating adversarial lawyers, you see, so the construct is different. We're working on that, but I'm just requesting the business schools to have a curriculum that integrates this into their program. It's imperative now that the business schools start talking about settlements, negotiations, and dispute settlements in this kind of way. So specialized programs and practical experiences could be shared with students, and you can have a whole program collaborating with law schools, maybe, if you don't understand some aspects of it. But I think this would be important. I don't want to get into the details. I'm quite sure the business school will understand that this is mandatory. You need to bring that in. And you can find experts on corporate ADR all over the world. A big name is William Ury. Bruce Patton, go read them, they're all there, and they're talking about businesses moving on in this direction. Nobody's talking about judiciary, nobody's saying I need a lawyer to do this. Their companies are on their own, and this is the literature available in the market. Go read it, and you'll find number of leaders, thought leaders sitting, talking about how companies ought to be moving themselves on dispute resolution. Dispute resolution is no more a court thing. It is our own thing, and we can resolve it there.